Okay, now here I am. I am ready to take and sand all these areas down now that had glue on it from that paneling. All these different areas here, you see these light lines. There was glue on there and I stripped off most of it. Now I'll take a little light sanding. These areas here I had to kind of cut it out with my utility knife, get it back to where it was good and flat again on the surface. You know, the paper was tight. And then I'll sand this down. And once I sand it down, then I'm going to put a primer on it. It will be an oil primer. The reason I'm using an oil rather than the latex is because latex is a water base. The water will soak into that paper because this paper is so soft. It'll soak into it and bubble it, where the oil will seal it and keep it laying flat and dry down, and it'll stay there. Then I can go ahead and fill all these areas in with a 45 set easy sand, which is a little harder material than your regular compound, and it will bridge across this area here. There's a little bit of a ridge right along here where it was cut out because it's a little bit deeper. That'll fill that in nice. And then once I do all that, then I'll take and hit it lightly with the sandpaper. And then I will take over the whole surface from the ceiling to the floor, from one side all the way across the room, around the room, with a compound, which we call a skim coat. That'll make this surface nice and flat again. Then I can sand it, prime it, and paint it, and we'll have a nice new looking wall again, just like brand new. I'll show you that when I get to it. All right, here I am. I've got the primer on it now. Did just like I said, I'd show you when I primed it. It looks like graphics all around now, but what that is those areas that were peeled off, and I primed it with the oil primer to seal it up, so that way when I use any kind of compound on it, it's not going to bubble that area up, that paper. Your compounds we use are all water-based material. It takes water to mix them up. That Easy Sand 45 set, have to mix it with water to get the consistency I need to apply it on here. And in this way, when I apply it, we're not going to have it bubbling. It'll stay nice and flat. Level it out. Then I can go over the whole wall with the skim coat. That's a different material. That's going to be a +3 I use for the skim coat, and that's an easy sanding material too, but it's all water based. So when I get to that point, I will show you how it looks with the skim coat. Well, I got the primer on these areas now in this room. Now I'm going to get ready and put a thin coating of compound in to fill those areas up back in where they peeled out. And there's a little bit of crevice here, a lot of nail holes from the paneling. I'm getting ready now to do that patching up all around this room, on each wall. And once I get that all done and that's dry, then I can thin coat all around this room.